Very good evening, dearest friends, and welcome into our meditation upon preparation for the reappearance of the Christ. We have powerful moments in a row. So we have had equinox, then new moon in Aries, and today, how many hours ago? It is something like 6 hours or 7 hours ago. Now Pluto went after 14 years, first time to um, into the sign of Aquarius. And when Pluto is going to go through the Aquarius, very much of the group issues are going to be taken uh, under consideration and many, many challenges. But Pluto is now moving back and forth until next year. So we have been always starting our thing by reading, and so we do. Let me find the place where we ended last time. So this is from the chapter 4. We still work with this and the work of the Christ today and in the future. And the pages are something like 90. Okay, here 90, in the end of 90. So let us start. And this is going to be a little bit longer period that I'm reading. And let me look. I'm not going to. Yeah, this is going to come in English. At the time of the full moon of April 1945, during the Easter season of that year and covering approximately a period of 5 weeks. So this is really what has happened already then years and years ago during the war. The forces of restoration began their work. Emerging first upon the subtler planes of human experience, this type of energy is peculiarly creative in nature and carries the life which produces the birth of forms. It poured into the hierarchy via certain of the masters and their groups of disciples, and was immediately transmitted by them to humanity as a whole. This energy is a mass energy and is related to the stimulation of the mass intelligence. It is not the energy which we have earlier considered when dealing with the Christ consciousness in man. This is the energy which makes men think, plan, and take action. It produces neither bad nor good results, but simply brings about the awakening of men's minds so that they take intelligent action. That action is necessarily dependent upon the type of mind of the man who responds to the forces of restoration. It's interesting, Tibetan is very often talking about the fourth ray mind, and he says that the fourth ray mind is very important in my work. So, fourth ray mind will be one of those minds which is very easily responding to these forces of restoration. Um, I'll, I'll read again this sentence. That action is necessarily dependent upon the type of mind of the man who responds to the forces of restoration, conditioned by his point in evolution, his racial and national background, his tradition, and his religious and civilized reactions. Something interesting to think about. What does it mean in that sense that also the racial and national background is one of the condition factor. So you may think by yourself that what you think that it is saying. These forces are active now in every land, frequently producing increased initial difficulties, but leading eventually to a definite reorganization of the national or planetary life. Their effects will be primarily physical. They will bring about a new world in which the evidences of war will have disappeared. The physical health of men and animals will be bettered, and cities and villages will be rebuilt. The objective is the production of the new earth and all the outer evidences of an inflowing new life. Do you think that you are responding to these energies of restoration, which is building new life and inflowing new life, the building the new earth, sorry, and inflowing new life, because these have certainly particular quality of vibration. And whenever we are in the crossroad that we don't know exactly what to choose or where to go, it's good to tune in inwardly and trying to spiritually smell where is this quality that you want to follow, which is uplifting and stimulating and giving the inner burst forward, the willingness to find what is new and thus to find the Christ. Following this inflow at the time of the full moon of the Buddha in May 1945, the forces of enlightenment became active, and light began to stream into the minds of men. These are in reality the energies which initiate the new world education. I'm sorry, these are in reality the energies which initiate the new world education. Those first to be affected by them are the great educational movements, the forums of the people in all lands, and the values which are now unfolding through the radio. Well, then the radio was so much more um, popular, and the means of that we had TV, of course, but if I'm thinking about many countries, I think TV was in United States already very developed, and in Great Britain and the richer countries. But then there were also many countries that the radio was really the means. So, and the values which are now unfolding through the radio and the moving picture industry. Others deeply affected are the press, the publishers of world literature, speakers, writers, radio commentators, newspapermen, and social workers. And as we see that there is not mentioned TV and social media and so forth. These effects may not yet be apparent, for little time has as yet elapsed, but all these movements and people are the recipients today of the energies of enlightenment, if they are prompt to recognize new emerging ideas. They are the custodians of this energy and its distributing agents, channeling it and directing it so that the masses of the people everywhere come under its influence. So again, and for us, it is very important to always remember that we belong to this great movement of education on earth. All of the light workers are under that impulse. And in that sense, nevertheless, we belong to other ashram, but in that sense, we are always under Christ, under Sanat Kumara, and that impulse of teaching the whole humanity. So let us always remember that however tiny is your contribution in your mind, but let us make sure that it is some kind of contribution that we do. Uh, Many of us are already in the age of grandparents, so that at least that we make sure that our grandkids hear about the hierarchy and hear about the inner worlds. So, progressive and liberal churchmen in all the world religions are also responsive to this energy. And I think we can think about Dalai Lama, Desmond Tutu's Pope, and all of those great leaders in religious field, which are giving hope and are showing brotherhood over the church borders. But their usefulness is greatly handicapped owing to the reactionary nature of the setting or field in which they have to work. Well, we have seen that they are confronted with a well nigh impossible task. These energies of enlightenment reach humanity via the new group of world servers, who are very susceptible to their impact and who are in a position to distribute them because they are to be found working in all the fields of activity mentioned above. The forces of restoration are related to and emanate from the mind of God and are connected with the intelligent principle in the divine nature. The intellect is that divine aspect which distinguishes man from all other forms in nature. The forces of enlightenment come from the heart of God and are related to divine understanding and can therefore reach and strengthen all those who love and serve their fellow men. This energy is related to the second aspect or principle of divinity, love wisdom, of which the Buddha and the Christ are the two outstanding divine expressions. It is mainly through them and their disciples or the masters on the same line of divine expression that these energies reach humanity, channeled by the new group of servers. The Christ and the Buddha combined the way of the mind and the way of the heart in their perfection and towered above their fellow men from the heights of their achievement. They swayed hemispheres and centuries, whereas lesser sons of God sway countries and short periods of time. They still have some consummating work to carry through, though the indicated work lies not so much with the forms, which embody the enunciated divine principles, light and love, as with the souls who have evolved through the application of these principles. That gives us background also for our coming on the physical plane. Before we start, just align with these two great teachers, the Buddha and the Christ, and reflect in your mind that when we are having this meditation and preparation for His coming, how we prepare is that we are using these energies. And we should become all the time stronger and stronger to contact these great ones. And just reminding that in this meditation it's good to have notebooks. Alignment. Let us breathe white light in our own rhythm, thus achieving alignment, the inner poise. See each of your core disciples in the light of the soul. Briefly, focus on your triangle members. Visualize the flow of love and goodwill passing between the members of your triangle and triangles and through this group. Now, when we have achieved positive and intended personality quietness, let us formulate again clearly to ourselves and in our own words the answers to the following questions done by Master DK. 1. As a member of the new group of world servers, what is your specific and fixed intention at this moment of dedicated contact with your soul? 2. Is your concentrated and expressed personality purpose in line with hierarchical intention as far as you are permitted to know it? 3. Have you in your own personal daily life earned the right because of definite effort and not so much because of success to stand with those servers who are now undertaking the work of preparation? 'This is the one time in the meditation where you think of yourself, and it is here because it is a method of personality, focused attention, and aligns your personality upon the mental plane. Now, having answered these three questions in the light of the soul, then let us say with emphasis, forgetting the things which lie behind, I will strive towards my higher spiritual possibilities. I dedicate myself anew to the service of the coming one, and will do all I can to prepare men's minds and hearts for that event. I have no other life intention. Stage 3. Visualize the world situation as best you can and in terms of your major world interest, and with what knowledge of world affairs you may possess. See the mass of men everywhere glowing with a dim light. Recognize the quality of that light. And here and there points of brighter light where members of the new group of world servers and men of spiritual intention and of loving hearts are working for their fellow men. And recognize the quality of that light. And now visualize through the creative imagination the vivid light of the hierarchy. Recognize the quality of that light. See it streaming towards humanity and slowly merging with the light which is already in humanity. Let us say the first stanza of the great invocation. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. Now ponder upon the reappearance of the Christ. We realize that no matter by what name he may be called in the many world religions, he is still the same great identity. Reflect and speculate upon the possible results of his appearance. Reflect these three things which have to be in place before he can come. When a measure of peace has been restored. When the principle of sharing is at least in process of controlling economic affairs. When churches and political groups have begun to clean house. Then he can and will come. Let us say the second stanza. From the point of love within the heart of God. Let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. Endeavor to concentrate your fixed intention to serve and to spread love in your surroundings. Realize that in so far as we can do these things, we are attempting to blend our personal will with the divine will. The third stanza. From the center, where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. Practical plans. Consider now practically what you can do in the coming week to further the preparations for the coming of the Christ. In the presence of the angel, make a definite plan for the coming week and think about how you will help in the preparations and write your plans down. And let us contemplate for a while. Let us respond to the vibrations of the Christ, and let us commit ourselves in His name. We have gathered in your name, Lord Maitreya, be with us. Let us welcome His presence. Let us imagine that during the coming week we are gathered in the sacred circle of brothers and sisters, visualizing the Christ standing in the heart of the group. May His love pour through the group and radiate into the world. And let us now sound 3 times Om for closing, dedicating the threefold personality to the work of preparation. Om. Thank you, dearest friends, for good work. And tomorrow we will have at the same time, or is it 1 hour earlier? We have the Memorious Remembrance Day. We welcome all of you to come along, and then we have also a Mysterious Hat Day. So tomorrow you will know what is behind that. So we welcome you all. And then after that, we have the treatise on cosmic fire. So good night from Finland and lots of love to everybody. Many, many blessings. And remember, Pluto moved today to Aquarius.
Wherever two or more are gathered in my name, there am Lo, I am with you, even unto the end of the age. Lo, I am with you, wherever two